So here we go. Seven biggest revelations in Jeffrey Epstein docs. This is through Rolling Stones. From Bill Clinton's alleged proclivities to Epstein pushing a teenager to get emancipated to Prince Andrew's puppet. Here's what we learned from the newly unreleased documents. So there's a lot to go through. And like the first dump was like 1,000 pages. The second dump was 300, and this other one is thousands of pages. So throughout the week, you're going to see a lot more information come out. But this is from the original, the first two document dumps. So here we go. Hundreds of pages of sealed records related to Jeffrey Epstein were made public on Wednesday and Thursday, revealing previously unknown details about the late accused sex trafficker who called some of the world's most wealthy and influential people his friends, from Bill Clinton to Prince Andrew. So Prince Andrew, that's elite. Bill Clinton, elite. We got Stephen Hawking. There is so much. There's so much going on right now. The release comes. Okay, we know why the release is here. Okay, so Epstein asked a teenager, so this is one of the big revelations. Epstein asked a teenager to get emancipated and live with him, which makes perfect sense, right? One of the documents released Thursday was a deposition given by an anonymous accuser who said Epstein sexually abused her when she was between 15 and 17 years old. At one point, while she was still underage, Epstein asked her to live with him. He wanted me to be emancipated, she said. The abuse, which so many other accusers have testified was typical, began under the pretense of a massage. That's such a... It's like, while you're down there, it's like, how do you even convince somebody? Like, hey, while you're massaging me... I mean, she's 15 or 17, very impressionable age. So, I mean, money, jet setting around the world, I'm sure was exciting for her until the bad parts. But, God, it's so horrible. I hate even fucking thinking about that. Especially when I got a daughter on the way. It's like, fucking, I'm glad this guy's fucking offed himself, allegedly. The abuse, which so many other accusers have testified was typical, began under the pretense of a massage. She said Epstein took her clothes off without her consent the first time they met. I just was there, and all of a sudden something horrible happened to me. I mean, that's fucking sucks. And it's like, damn, why are these young ladies hanging out with this fucking 50-year-old nasty man? Maxwell's attorneys accused a journalist of urging Gouffre to lie about being sexually abused to sell a memoir. Oof. That's rough. In denying the allegations against her and Epstein, Maxwell was repeatedly smeared Gouffre, calling her an absolute total liar and an exaggerator, a fantasist, and absolutely true terrible person in court depositions. Could you imagine if you were the victim and you fucking and this bitch is out here being like, she's just a horrible person, and you're just like, fuck, dude, like I just got turned out by these elite assholes, and you're just gonna come for me like that? Ugh. In documents released Thursday, Maxwell's attorney pushed to subpoena journalist Sharon Churcher, who'd written about Gouffre's story in the Daily Mail. The defense team accused Churcher of helping Gouffre sensationalize or even fabricate details of her abuse allegations in order to boost sales of a memoir she was working on. Not only is Churcher aware of aware that the allegations were false, she helped plaintiff concoct the stories the defense wrote. So now you're having... So I could see this as a way to disqualify Gouffre as a credible witness for future, if there was any future, which there was, any future prosecutions. I could see this as something like they're laying the groundwork to discredit this woman if and or when she decides that she's done being, taken advantage of. It's horrible. So that's what that seems. It seems, and of course, why not sell some books while you're doing it? You might as well make a few ducats. Gouffre alleged in an email that Clinton threatened Vanity Fair over Epstein's coverage, but it's not clear if that actually happened. Of course, Rolling Stone is going to come in and make sure that there's doubt, because Rolling Stone, we all know the Rolling Stone narrative. In an email to Churcher that appears in, it's no secret that Bill Clinton was friends with Epstein for years, and he was widely speculated to be one of the high-profile figures who would appear in the documents. In an email to Churcher that appears in court filings, Gouffre wrote that Clinton once walked into the Vanity Fair office and threatened them not to write sex trafficking articles about his good friend, J.E., Jeffrey Epstein. The email doesn't provide any further details on the alleged incident, and there is no evidence it ever actually occurred. It's unclear whether the claim was meant to be taken seriously or if it might have been an exaggeration made in a joking manner. We ran the story by Vicky Ward, a journalist who has alleged that Vanity Fair editor Graydon Carter killed her 2003 story about Epstein's alleged crimes after being pressured by Epstein, a claim he's wrongly denied. When asked about the Clinton allegation, she told us she never heard of it. So people are changing stories. People are changing stories. Very weird. Carter also denied. Look at this. Look at this. Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone can't even fucking get a good editor. Carter also denied. I was like trying to read that word too. I was literally trying to read that word. I was like, adolescent? Alsodined? Alsodined? I'll never understand why people do these crazy things. Well, it's believed that Epstein was a Mossad agent who was working with the CIA to honeypot, which is a horrible way of saying, to lure elites into committing these heinous crimes, and use that as blackmail and to gain power. It was a power play. I feel like it's all connected to Israel. I feel like it's all connected to maintaining Israel's good graces. But there's probably more to it than just that. Why would Israel want to... Nader Tater! Welcome in, my friend. Why would Israel want someone like Jeffrey Epstein running around blackmailing rich elite educators, presidents, politicians, and actors? Chris Tucker, comedian Chris Tucker. Naders, how you been, buddy? So why would Israel want to do such a thing? Well, it's why Israel does anything, is to protect its existence, in my opinion, right? It's to protect its existence because there's so many people who are not. Hello. Hey, Amy, welcome in. Good to see you again. Thank you for stopping by again. We appreciate you. Why would they want to protect their existence? It's because there's so many people who don't want them to exist. And so if they can get people, blackmail people, this is my theory now. This is nothing. I don't know. I'm sure other people are connecting the dots here, but it only makes sense that Israel wants to hedge their bets. So it makes sense. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein allegedly said Bill Clinton likes them young. And we know this. We know who Monica Lewinsky is good. It is a good job. Hey, Amy, I appreciate it. English good. It is good. Appreciate that, Amy. Appreciate that. There were other damning, and now again, Bill Clinton has always been suspected as one as a close associate with Jeffrey Epstein. He went to Vanity Fair, like it was just saying, Vanity Fair just shut down an article. What was it? Project Veritas. I remember they released that interview. Have you guys ever seen that? Where that girl from, I think it was from NBC. Let's see, Project Veritas. They exposed this girl who thought she was off mic and off camera, but it was a hot mic and the camera was rolling. And she was talking to like a producer or somebody about, we had all the evidence. We had Clinton. We had all the shit. Yeah, just for today because, Robbie, because it was already set up. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm coming over. It's already set up. I feel like shit. I've had the trots for a couple of days because my the whole old folks home I work at has been infiltrated by E. coli. So I wasn't going to stream today, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going to jump on and we'll go to Twitch. Why the fuck not? We're going to go back to Kick on Friday, but for now, Robbie, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Project Veritas, what was it? The ABC Epstein. I think it was ABC, or was it NBC? ABC quashed the Epstein report, says Roback. That's her name, Roback. Here's the video. So this girl who, damn, what is up? Yeah, why did you and the wifey jump on over to Kick? Because a lot of our friends are, and we just, well, I'll tell you the main reason is because the split. Because you get a 95% split over on Kick. So every time someone subs on Kick, 95% of the money goes to you, directly to the streamer. So that is a big reason. And, it's ground level. So just trying to jump in 5 to 95. So they take 5% only for processing fees. So it's 95%. Yeah. Yeah, so like here on Twitch, you get half. And even partners who used to get 75%, now you have to be a super partner. Exactly. It's 50% here. And if you're a super partner or whatever the fuck they're calling that now, you get 75%. So it's kind of weird. Yeah. The only problem is I'm not monetized over there yet. So if anybody has a Kick account, go follow me on Kick. And I know most of you guys in here already did, so I appreciate y'all. Okay, so coming back to this is I forgot her name. Amy Roback, is that who it is? Yeah, exactly. No wonder Twitch rhymes with. Let's see, a newly surfaced video. Now this is from 2019, and do they actually have the video? Because I just want to watch the video. I don't care about your fucking reporting on it, NPR. Let's just go to YouTube and find it. U5tube. Roblox. Project Veritas. Here it is.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God.
Had it. She had the scoop.
What we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
That's fucking wild, right? Like, that is scary. That is scary. And listen, the NBC protected Harvey Weinstein. So you gotta think, like, why would the news cover up such horrible things? You would think would be a big, huge story that would get lots of clicks, lots of people watching their shows, watching people get all the eyes. So why would they want to protect these people unless somehow they were involved? It's so interesting to me that how quick people were to push aside the idea of and make it conspiracy that there's this elite pedophile ring, or there's this elite, the elites have this whole sex trafficking thing going on. It happens all the time. It's still happening. Like, for instance, let's go over, where is it? Where is the fucking thing? It just, the other day, hold on, where is the son of a bitch? Give me 1 second. I have it pulled up. Where is it? Well, what in the freak? There it is. So right here, the Chinese News Network. High-end sex ring in Boston and D.C. Robbie, what have you been doing? High-end sex ring in Boston and D.C. areas was honeypot scheme by Russia, China, South Korea, or even Israel. We don't know. This is crazy. To ensnare U.S. officials, intelligence experts believe. This is from January 3rd, 2024. Right here, folks. January 3rd, 2024. This shit does happen. Don't let motherfuckers tell you that this is some fucking QAnon conspiracy bullshit. I don't like QAnon. I don't like fucking the right or left. I don't like any of that shit. I am talking about what's happening, what are the facts, and we're trying to figure it out as we go, because it's crazy. There's just so much information out there these days. It's very hard to find truth. And lies fucking sell papers. They get clicks. Truth, I don't know. I don't know what that does. That gets buried. But don't let motherfuckers tell you that that's some QAnon bullshit, because this is happening right now. Jeffrey Epstein, on the other hand, was another kind of monster because he was trafficking children. Now, who knows if there was children, going through these prostitution rings. I mean, these young ladies look young. They look like they got quite a brain on them, too. No, okay, I'm fucking around with you. But this is just from a couple days ago. Just look anywhere but here. Exactly. I'm sorry. Let me catch up on the chat here, guys. I started with Moving Dutchman. What's up, baby boo? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yes, Moving Dutchman. I got a second win, so I decided to jump back on. I decided to go for it. So I appreciate you coming through. My stomach still does hurt really bad. It hurts, but I'm here. I don't have content to release on Wednesday for the audio side, so I'm pushing through. I got my Rolaids. I'm ready to go. The kids, though, that's 100% asking for trouble. Yes, absolutely. Well, what kind of sicko wants to go? Ugh. Oh my God. It's so disgusting to me that these people fucking exist. Like, what kind of pleasure do you get out of a little fucking girl? Like, that's the most disgusting, heinous thing you could fucking do, is steal someone's innocence like that. I hope these motherfuckers get put in prison, and I hope they find the fun end of someone's dick in their butts. It's all good, Mike. I got bruised ribs and broken big toe. Oh, Jesus. Well, okay, let me catch up, guys. Any thoughts on just doing a multi-stream? Yes, I do want to do that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I wanted to try it. Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. He's got too much dirt on people that the government needs to know what he knows. He's probably feeding a feeding tube tied down somewhere. Yeah, it's it's exactly why they're doing this, is to get information on people, to right here. It even says it, to ensnare U.S. officials, to ensnare U.S. officials or elites into blackmail schemes. Israel might be Israel. Why would Israel do that? Why would Israel? And it's pretty much fact that Jeffrey Epstein worked for Mossad and intelligence agencies. Why would Israel want such a monster on their fucking team? What a horrible thing. I guess they're too busy bombing fucking Palestinians to think it through. But still, it's like, why would they want to fucking do that? And of course, it's to protect the interests of the existence of the Jewish people. Epstein is very Jewish. He's very Jewish. And again, I'm not trying to take sides on the Palestine thing, because I do believe that Israel deserves to exist. People deserve to live and exist. But people also shouldn't be murdering thousands of children every fucking day. It's terrible. It's my feed. Sean King, who I follow, he's a SJW. He's kind of annoying, but like, I like following him because he does keep people up to date. His whole time, he just got kicked off of Instagram because he kept showing dead children. And for like a month or so, there was just nothing but dead babies being pulled out of rubble. And it freaked me out, and it fucked with my head, and it's horrible what's going on over there. But still, why would these countries want this information? Of course, it's self-preservation. It's to have something over someone else. And that's what it's all about in this game, I guess. Fucking grossies. The fact that Congress official banged a Chinese spy and still has a job says enough. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Naders. The fact that we have people the fact that we have politicians who have dual citizenship to America and Israel. Listen, again, nothing against the Jews. I have nothing against Israelis. I don't have anything against dual citizenship. But if you are a politician in this country and you are making decisions for your constituents, are you going to always make the best interest and stay loyal to America? Or are you going to stay loyal to fucking Israel? Because which is it? Because this is a fucking America, baby. There's no half-stepping over here, all right? We got shit to do. So, let's see. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Was Epstein circumcised? I'm hoping that in some of these documents that comes out. And then I had to take his flaccid, uncircumcised penis into my hands because he wanted a happy ending. It's gross, but you're welcome, natives. I'm sorry, that's not funny. It is funny, but it's not funny. It's horrible. It's horrifying. I'm sorry, I'm all jacked up on coffee. I haven't had coffee in a week, so I had to like get some energy going since I'm feeling kind of shitty. And again, if I run off to the bathroom, you guys, it's because you know why. If you're in I already told everybody, but if I run off to the bathroom real quick, just work with me here. So, Bill Clinton, we all know that he loves them young, and now we have some sort of confirmation that he likes them young. What was her name? What was the girl's name? The lady's name that Bill Clinton? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. What was Monica Lewinsky? How old was Monica Lewinsky? I mean, she was a young lady. How old was Monica Lewinsky during the Clinton scandal? She was 22 years old. Who don't like the young girls? Well, okay, fair enough, Amy. I'm not going to talk shit about that. If an old man wants to go bang a 22-year-old, that's on them. If it's consensual and it's a good time, like if everybody involved is all about it, even though I'm sure that he's going to get bad stares, I don't have a problem with that, Amy. What I have a problem is him flying off on these fucking airplanes and jets and going banging underage girls and ruining their lives. See, Monica Lewinsky's life, I don't know. I'm sure it was ruined for a while, and then she like started making handbags or something. Uh, but the problem is that when you're an underage girl, and this is, and you have to deal with these fucked up experiences, with these old men fucking putting their rotten evil energy into you, like, because when you enter somebody, when you're having sex with somebody, you are entering them, you are entering their soul. Could you imagine having evil old men fucking energy pumped into you as a 15-year-old? That leaves you fucked. That leaves you fucked. And I've talked about this a lot. I've experienced sexual abuse as a child, and it fucked me up. I'm in therapy still. Oh, yeah, Twitch is mad at me. Yeah, that's super great. I agree, Ty. I agree. I think Monica was trying to sleep her way to the top. Probably, but still, it's like, and you got to imagine that Bill Clinton has a certain amount of swagger, right? Like this manufactured swagger that politicians keep, they have to keep this veneer on their face because they have smiling, kissing babies, shaking hands, and they always got to put on this fucking ugh. So he's a charming guy. I mean, Bill Clinton is a charmer. I mean, if you listen to the guy talk, I mean, he's funny, he's smart, he's obviously, he's been a president, he got elected twice. During his presidency, our economy was fucking awesome. Like he did a lot that was cool for this country. He also did the crime bills. He was also, putting black people in prison. But there was a lot of stuff going on. But he did a lot of good for the country in a sense. Turns out he's a fucking pedophile. Yes, Naders. Exactly, Naders. Gavin Newsom. Look at this motherfucker's smile. I was thinking of that too when I was talking about the veneer. Like this dude, where's the smile? Where's one of those evil fucking smiles, bro? Like, look at this. This is not even a good example. It's like so forced, so manufactured. God, let's get Gavin Newsom's smile. Look at this guy. Look at it's like he's there it is. There's one. There's a good one. There's like here's his smile. This is like the Joker right here. Look at this. Look at the smile doesn't even reach his eyes. It doesn't even reach his eye. Look at his eyes. Like cover his mouth and just look at his eyes. Fucking evil incarnate. These people. Old man has a lot of money and young girls like a lot of money. Common point is money. I absolutely agree, Amy, and I have no problem with old men banging 18-year-olds. It's gross to me personally. I have no problem with people, old men who have a lot of money fucking young girls. It's what happens. It's just how it works. Whatever. Let them live. But there's a line to be crossed when we're talking about 15 years old. We're talking about young women who haven't even had a chance to develop their frontal lobe. The E. coli smile. That is it. Jim Carrey taught him how to smile. Yeah, you got that. Man, I'm telling you, the real gangsters and thieves always wear expensive tight suits. You're absolutely right. Devil face, absolutely. I got Joker vibes too. Yes, there's always more dirt at the tip when compared to the bottom. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. It's important to shake hands and kiss babies and not shake. Yeah, shake hands, not babies. Very good. Yeah, he kind of does have that Fire Marshal Bill thing going on. He does. God, I love that. I missed that show. That was such a good show. In Living Color, what a fantastic show that was. And look how many fucking amazing people came out of that show. Just incredible talent, man. And the Wayans family in general, just like a fucking family of fucking murderers. Like good murder, not bad murder. Oh, it's okay. I get it. I got what you're saying, Ty. Anyways, coming back to the salacious stuff. So Bill Clinton likes them young. And I get what you're saying, Amy, too, because just because someone says they like them young doesn't mean that he likes underage kids, right? Like, it could just mean he likes young ladies. Again, it's not uncommon. I mean, Muhammad the Prophet, he married a 6-year-old girl and consummated their marriage when she was 9. So, it's pretty common that powerful people like young girls. Look, nothing against Islam. I think it's a beautiful religion and I respect it. But, Muhammad was like a raiding murderer who was definitely like had a 6-year-old wife. Anyways, moving on. Let's not get distracted. So there were other damning rumors about the former president in a transcript of a deposition given by Epstein accuser Johanna Soberg. She said Epstein once told her that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. Reads all the books. Shut up, Moving Dutchman. That's Islam is a beautiful religion, and there is a lot of peace of mind that I think comes with it. But I think that's for a lot of religions. But we just have to, if Quagmire was president, yes. But we do got to remember that to make people, because that's what happened. Christianity, same thing. Islam, to force people to believe something, you have to force them. And how do you force them to do that? You fucking murder and maim until they say they believe. And then you have a generation of Christians, Muslims, whatever it is. There's a reason why Christianity and Islam is the top two, right? Because they're the ones who killed the most people. To spread the word of God. Anyways, moving on. Clinton is not accused of any misconduct. Of course he's not. Why would they accuse him or put him in prison? In the unsealed document, in a statement after Epstein's arrest in 2019, Clinton said he had not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade and had known nothing about the terrible crimes of which his former friend stood accused. He acknowledged having flown on Epstein's private plane on 4 occasions, but denied ever visiting his private island. A spokesperson for Clinton did not immediately respond to this regard. So, he lied, right? The statement is he lied, and he has responded to the new doc dump, and his lawyer said, refer to the quote from 2019. Nothing has changed. Even though we know he's been on the plane over 20 times, even though there's pictures of him at the island, even though there is a painting of Bill Clinton. Let's pull it up. Blue dress Clinton. Pull it up. This right here, right? This was hanging in the foyer of Little St. James or Pedophile Island, Jeffrey Epstein's private island. This was hanging in the foyer. So when you walk into his house, you see Bill Clinton pointing at you with a blue dress and red shoes on. You know what that painting is? You know what that says? I own you, bitch. I fucking own you, and you will do what I say. That's what that painting is. Let's see. Read. I always skip. This is centerfold. Oh my God. Are you going to promote my channel? Holy shit, you guys. Thank you so much. Magnificent. All right. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Boom. Oh, thank you, Robbie. Appreciate you, buddy. I forgot we had a mod in here. Thank you. Include kick too. We will, baby. I really do believe in aliens and advanced beings, but these advanced species will never communicate with us because we keep killing each other on this planet. I think you're right. There are aliens. It seems like more and more that our government has been in communication with them. On some level, there's a lot of evidence pointing to that. And it does seem to coincide when we start seeing alien spacecrafts or UFOs. It does coexist with the development and the exploding of the atomic bomb. Now, alien spacecrafts have been recorded throughout history, hieroglyphs and such. So there's probably a good chance that aliens are like where we descend from. Possibly. I don't know. But who knows? I mean, maybe the maybe it's just I'm almost positive that our government wants to keep it hid, of course, but I don't know. There's a lot into that. Oh shit. That's Hillary Clinton's dress. I didn't know this was based on Hillary Clinton's dress. What the fuck? He's wearing his I didn't know that. I didn't know it was based on Hillary's dress. Holy shit. Ezekiel's wheel. What is that? So are you into the Anunnaki too? I think there were two. Yeah, there's the Anunnaki, and there's which is that's the race that we supposedly descend from. I think that's right. I get all that shit mixed up. But I mean, maybe I don't know, Ty. I honestly don't know. It's like I don't know anything really. I know enough. I know enough to know that I don't know. There you go. Reality, biblical, UFO. Oh, is that what that is? Hold on. Ezekiel's wheel. Oh, Ezekiel's vision. Ezekiel. Oh, because Ezekiel saw a wheel. So, also Ezekiel's wheel, also is a I think is also based on what angels look like, and because angels were described by who the fuck was it? Of angels, because the angels they're saying looked like wheels. They had four heads, one of goat, like a wolf, and a lion or some shit. And there's like big wheels with holes in them. So I get what you're saying there too, Naders. I think that maybe the description of angels are referring to possibly aliens. But let's see. Description of aliens in Ezekiel. Oh, yeah. That's what Ezekiel, that's the one. The faces of a cherub angels were the same as four faces on living beings in the vision by Kabir Canal. Just like the Chinese have flying fire-breathing dragons. Oh, yeah. Right? So there is a history of these weird, unexplained things that's been recorded that may or may not have been, where we come from. It might be where humans come from. It's a description of the shit before they knew what they saw. Yes, thank you, Naders. You put that very eloquently. Okay. All right. We gotta stay on task, guys. YouTube comments are always like, I really like your guy. I like it when you do things, but you get distracted. I've heard cut out the chat and stay on point. And I'm just like, bro, it's ADHD. I can't help it. I did double up on my ADHD medication today, though. So everybody, we're good. Just for fun. I was just trying it. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see what would happen. I was like, fuck it. Never tell me that again. Where's my time? All right, we're moving on. ADHD is 905 of this show. Yeah, or 95. Yeah, 90% of the show. I agree. Let's see. We're going back. So Prince Andrew and his puppet. This is fucking so weird. This is such a weird part. So in February 2022, Prince Andrew reached a settlement with Gouffre over accusations that he'd sexually abused her numerous times when she was still a minor. He denied the allegations, but was officially stripped of his royal and military titles in the midst of the legal proceedings against him. Yes, mommy did not like Andy. What'd they call him? Randy Andy. She was not proud of Randy Andy before she died. Mum, don't worry, we are here for the foolishness. I agree. It's just fun to just shoot the shit, hang out. Oh my God. Yeah, Randy Andy. The newly unsealed documents contain details about former British royals' alleged abuse. In her deposition, Schoberg, I don't know if I'm saying that right, said she and Gouffre once met Prince Andrew at Epstein's home and that Maxwell brought out a puppet that looked like the royal. There was a little tag on the puppet that said Prince Andrew on it, and that's when I knew who he was. And then out came the camera. They put the puppet on Virginia's lap, and I sat on Andrew's lap, and they put the puppet's hand on Virginia's breast, and Andrew put his hand on my breast, and they took a photo, Schoberg says. Prince Andrew's spokesperson did not immediately respond. Okay, of course they didn't. So, there's this show, and I think Moving Dutchman actually introduced me to this show. The British Puppet Show. Moving Dutchman. We were watching, and they make a British Puppet Show. Spinning Image. I think this is it. Is this it? British Puppet Show. Oh, come on, what's going on here? What are you doing? British Puppet Show. Famous British puppets. No. What's it called? British Puppet Show. Politicians. I forgot what it was called. Margaret Thatcher. Yeah. What is it? The series. What is it? Contemporary celebrities, public figures. Blah 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 blah. Is that what it's called? Spitting Image. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Moving Dutchman. So Spitting Image is a show in England or Britain or whatever. And it's a pretty popular show, and they do spoofs, and I'll just show a little bit of this.
Phony looby dooby ding dang.
So it's not true you only paid $750 in taxes?
I want to apologize to America for that. I'm a smart businessman. I should have paid nothing.
Have to have an actual job.
So these creepy fucking puppets, right? It's been around for a long, long time too. It's been around since I think the 70s or something. In any case, they made a puppet. Let's see, Spitting Image, Prince Andrew. So, is this the new one? There was an original one though. Here, this one is him older, but where's him when he's I think this is it. So imagine this. Imagine this puppet touching your boobs. Fucking how creepy is that? And apparently Ghislaine Maxwell bought this puppet. She went and bought it from Spitting Image and gave it to Prince Andrew as a present. Looks like, yes, exactly. It is nightmarish and horrifying. Horrible. Like all these puppets are just horrifying. All of them are just fucking they haunt your dreams, you know. Anyways, so coming back to fucking Prince Andrews has his fucking puppet petting boobies. By the way, everybody, this is for educational purposes only. This is artistic, educational purposes only. I just want to make that clear. YouTube. Educational purposes only. Like a bad trip. Oh, bro. That's exactly what it is. Why aren't the parents getting hyphy and flipping over tables behind their kids? I mean, I'd go nuts on the adult who'd ever do that to my kid. Yeah, I mean, there is no doubt that if someone touched my kid, they would be seeing the action end of my fucking my SIG 228. They can fucking eat that shit. They can fucking eat the end of my SIG. Yeah, fuck them. They will be dead. I'm not threatening anybody. YouTube. Okay? I'm not threatening anybody. Oh, God damn it. It's too late. I'm going to have to upload this Rumble only now. YouTube, come on, man. I don't need any more strikes. Dershowitz. Now, Dershowitz was the lawyer for Jeffrey Epstein, and he has been nothing but in denial and he has been a fucking just stone cold lies about everything. Terrible human being. Let's see here. Tell that to the parents that got paid for Michael. Oh, I honestly believe that was a money grab, and that adults allow their children to sleep over grown-ass men crib. Yeah, that was a money grab. Whether he did it or not, those parents should be fucking held accountable. Whether he was diddling children or not, the parents should be held accountable for any wrongdoing. Because who the fuck lets their kids just go hang out with some weirdo guy? Like, I mean, Michael Jackson is, of course, genius, amazing. I love Michael Jackson's music. But the dude is a weird fucker. He's a weird dude. So, dude, Cat Williams. We're gonna, if we can make it to Cat Williams, we will. But yeah, hang out unsupervised. Exactly. Yeah, go spend the night over with MJ. Yeah, Cat Williams went after MJ and Chris Tucker. MJ used to call Chris Tucker Christmas. And Cat also brought up the fact that Chris Tucker has been known to fly on the Lolita Express, which is the Epstein plane, to Epstein Island. So he made a definite mention of that. Now I've got to catch up on Cat. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. And Shannon Sharp, I'm not even the biggest fan of how Shannon Sharp, I'm not the biggest fan of Shannon Sharp's execution, but like he gets the job done. So yeah, you gotta check it out. It's really good. Hey, Z, what is up? Good to see you. It's been a little bit. We've been over on Kick, hanging out. So I haven't seen y'all. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We're just talking about Jeffrey Epstein and the document dump, and a little bit about Cat Williams, because Cat Williams did say some real shit about like Kanye that I think is accurate. Because he's not making excuses for Kanye, which no one should have to make excuse for him. But anyways, we'll talk about it when we get there, if we get there. Children in the dark causes accidents. Accidents in the dark causes children. Shannon Sharp has one hot ass body. Listen, he's a beautiful man. I'm not going to lie. Oh, English, how is Raina feel? She is tired and ready. We got 25 days, guys. 25 days until we have a new little baby girl in this world. I mean, she's already here, but you know what I mean. On the outside, in some states, they don't consider a 9-month-old baby a baby. So there you go. Yeah, the countdown is on. I realize it's been a while. Yeah, we never make excuses for Kanye. No. What Kanye did was just the most ridiculous shit. What's interesting about the whole Kanye thing is, though, his reemergence, people uncancel him because all of a sudden now they have a target. Israel has a target on them now. And for whatever reason, the left has always been for Palestine, but like for whatever reason, it's just ramped up. And whatever, we're not going to go there. We got to stay on task, guys. We're going to stay on task. Thank you very much, Davis. I appreciate you. Yeah, how's the queen? Yeah, she's doing great. She's taking her dad right now to a podiatrist appointment. So she's out there. She's still doing it, but she's been just chilling. I'll tell you that. She's been on the couch or in the bed. She's either been eating or watching TV, because that's about all she could do. She is just... She's killing it, though. She's killing it. The baby's very active, moves around a lot. It's very, very nice. So I'm very excited. We also never go off script about never go off script. Is it okay to ask when the baby's due? Yeah, sure. She's going to be induced on February 2nd if the baby doesn't come by then. So she's going to be induced February 2nd. So February 2nd or 3rd, the baby will be here. Either way, whether she wants to or not. So yeah, February 2nd. Who else was born on February 2nd? It better not be like Mussolini or some shit. February 2nd birthday. See, we're getting distracted. I'm going to hear about it in the comments. Shakira was born on February 2nd. I don't know who Inna Gotten is. Barry Diller. I don't know who any of these people. Christy Brinkley. Graham Nash. Farrah Fawcett. Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. Why not? Yes, Saucy's very excited. Very excited. Tom Smothers from the Smothers Brothers. Don't know who any of these other people are. Bo Hopkins. I don't know who that is. Anyway, not bad. Not bad. Not a bad group of people. Except for Ayn Rand. I mean, Ayn Rand wasn't bad. What am I talking about? I don't even know that much about her other than that she talked about Atlas, whatever that book is called. Squirrel. Yeah, squirrel. All right, we're back. It's okay. I'm glad. Right? I know I haven't been on Twitch for a while, and it's good to like catch up with some old friends. So it's okay. I don't care. I can see Saucy stepping up as a good big brother. He has spent so much of his own personal money on clothes and stuff for the baby. Like, he is just so psyched to have a little sister. He's always wanted a sibling. And so he's very, very excited. We're going to probably lean on Saucy a lot in helping us because, you know, back in when we were 10 years younger, when we had Saucy, we were in California. Things were very stressful, but like, you know, I don't know. It was just a very stressful time to have a baby and all that in California and rents being raised and fucking we have a roommate who's fucking worthless and stinks. And it's just like, ugh, it was a mess. But now we have the baby, we have our own spot. We have our own, we're a lot better off financially. You know, we have money now. We have an ability to provide a great life. Not that Saucy hasn't had a great life, because that motherfucker has done a lot. Anyway, Saucy is adorable. The girl's going to, oh man, he has some girls at church that who like him. Yeah, it's cool to see this. Zach loves his little sister. It helps a lot. I love that, man. It's great. I'm super excited. I'm super stoked. I can't wait to cuddle and snuggle my little baby girl. It's going to be a good time. Is your father-in-law still around to help too? Father-in-law is kind of, he's not very mobile. So like, I don't think he'll be able to help. Like with Saucy, he'll be able to help because he got his own place. So now Keith, which is her dad, has his own apartment, and we can drop off Saucy there and he'll be fine because they just hang out and play Scrabble and chess and stuff, and watch TV or whatever. But with the baby, he wouldn't be able to, his mobility's not, he don't have toes. Let me just put it like that. He don't have toes. You could probably hold the baby, but he ain't got toes. So he's like, he has enough on his plate. He's doing great though. I gotta say, he went from homeless to fucking killing it, son. And he wasn't even homeless. He's been homeless most of his life, but like in the last like 3 or 4 years, he's been in really bad conditions in a downtown apartment. It's not even an apartment. It was like a hotel room basically that they were renting to him for like $700, which is amazing rent in San Diego, especially downtown. So that made my broken toe laugh. Yeah, I agree. And you know what, Robbie? I think we even talked about this because he'll be able to hold the baby, you know. Like if we ever go to his house, he'll be able to hold the baby, but otherwise. Oh, Pot Ricks is going on. Just Joanne just showed up. What? I don't know how to. My kick alerts and everything throw everything off, so nothing's working right. But just Joanne, welcome in if you're here. Hi, just Joanne. Good to see you. I do want to tell you, Joanne, that there is a trigger warning on what we're talking about today. Just so I know you're a little sensitive to those types of things, so I don't want you feeling uncomfortable. We're talking about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, so just so you know, it's called Siblings Without Rivalry. Ooh, nice. Siblings Without Rivalry. I'm wondering how much rivalry there will be. Oh, thank you very much. I will look into this. Yeah, no problem, just Joanne. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. We've been over on Kick just being ruthless beast of the night, so I know coming back to Twitch it's a different beast, but I still like it here. And it's nice to see old friends. I'm glad you guys are stopping by. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about Dershowitz. Dershowitz was Epstein's lawyer, and he was and just a generally bad human being. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's former attorney who helped him clinch the 2008 sweetheart deal in which he avoided prosecution for sex crimes against minors, also plays a big role in the unsealed document. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see what you said. And if you ever want to chat offline about siblings, oh, thank you, Robbie. I read the book, and it helped me to learn how to help solve their own battles. That's great advice. Thank you so much, just Joanne. I really do appreciate that. There probably won't be any rivalry if he's 10. Yeah, maybe, but he's an attention whore. Saucy's a big attention whore and loves attention and needs it constantly. And so I'm hoping that he's okay with the shift of attention for a little bit, because the baby's going to need a lot of attention. But Raina has already made it very clear that this is my baby, and that when my baby comes home, you guys will no longer exist in my peripheral. You guys will be completely out of sight because all I will be seeing is my baby. So that's where we're at with that. My baby. So whatever, it's fine. I'll be able to give, me and Sanzi are pretty close. So like we do a lot of cool things together. So I imagine that I'll be able to give him some more attention, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine. Naders, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, my friend. I hope you are out there being safe. Yeah, there is always changing dynamic when you change family, no matter the age. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see what happens, honestly. I'm excited to see what happens. In any case, let's get back to the salacious stuff. All right. For the first 9 months, I took Zach places to live, Liz and Zara time. It is so helpful. Hell yeah, man. That's another thing. I'm like, if you want to take a girl trip, go ahead, because Dude Storm weekend, me and Saucy live for Dude Night. And whenever Raina goes out of town, it's like dude's weekend, and we're in our underwear. We have stains on our underwear from the Cheetos that we wiped off on them. The house is disgusting. We're peeing standing up. We're fucking, we're not showering. We're fucking eating pizza and stuff. We don't care. We're fucking disgusting dudes. Dude's weekend, yeah! When I had a second child, there was definitely a lot of jealousy, and it was tough. When the baby was little, I think it was important for me to have time to play with the older child one-on-one and have time for him. That's something my parents didn't do much with me. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta, it's going to be a balance. I don't know what to expect. How can I know anything about having another child other than knowing that the child is coming? It's like when you're going to have your first child and everybody tells you all this advice and they're just like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, you got a good idea, but you don't know. Nobody truly knows until you're in that position. And no matter what anybody tries to tell you from their experience, you're never going to truly understand what it is until it's there. So I know that about myself. I know that it's going to be weird. Not weird. It's going to be awesome, but it's also going to come with challenges. and we'll cross those bridges when we get there. I'm just excited to bring a new life into this world. We need good people. All right. Let's get it. Man, the Stephen Hawking shit. Oh, dude. Listen to Dershowitz. Here we go. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's former attorney who helped him clinch the 2008 sweetheart deal in which he avoided prosecution for sex crimes against minors, also plays a big role in the unsealed documents. Now, in Florida, he was prosecuted, and this is when the DA down there couldn't prosecute him to the fullest because they had, I'm not sure it was the FBI or they had some kind of agency come and visit them. He said, we're not touching him. He's intelligence. This 2008 sweetheart deal was sort of the culmination of his connections within the intelligence agencies that he's associated with and actual law enforcement, local law enforcement that are trying to do their job. So he was, it was hands off. And I'm actually interested in the 2008 Epstein case, DA Intel, can't spell, but let's see. Chicago Tribune, the plea deal. Was Jeffrey Epstein a spy? Let's see what pendejos say. Let's see here. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. I gotta do some finagling here. Oh, look at that. There it is. Back in 2002. Yes. We sang a little recreation. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Vanity Fair magazine. He was not a household name. During that time, I paid a visit to Federal Medical Center, Devens, Massachusetts. Okay. I've discovered, for example, that Epstein certainly did secretly cooperate against Hoffenberg and gave at least 3 interviews to prosecutors, and that had the case gone to trial, a source with knowledge says it would have likely turned out far worse for Epstein than for Hoffenberg. Hoffenberg also knew something else Epstein wanted hidden. According to Hoffenberg, he claimed that Epstein moved in intelligence circles. So there's that. Also, there is, when they raided Epstein's homes, there was at least, I'm not sure if it was the New Mexico home, but they did find hard drives and videotapes that they couldn't take because they didn't have a warrant to take that as evidence. And when they came back, mysteriously, those tapes and hard drives were just gone. Where did they go? Who knows? Who freaking knows? So, coming back, according to testimony from Epstein's former household staff, Dershowitz visited Epstein's Florida home very often, allegedly going there by himself and spending time in the presence of young girls. They also said he would get massages there, a tactic Epstein frequently employed in initiating his alleged sexual abuse. In an email to Rolling Stone, Dershowitz said that he and his wife had a single massage in the 1990s with a professional massage therapist, and that he never saw a young girl in Epstein's presence. In a rambling live stream Thursday, he bemoaned that people can make false accusations with impunity without fear of being sued. So he's saying basically, you can make shit up and they're not worried about being sued for it because it was a legal filing. Oh my God. We had a great gadget that gave him electric shock. It did work. He didn't like it, but he actually wanted to have it because he didn't like that he was doing it. Wait, is it you? Well, hold on. Yes, they were both trained around 4, but my younger child wet the bed at night. Oh shit. You can't. So I've heard of that. I've heard of those electric shocks for peeing the bed. I've heard of that before. What is it? Electric shock peeing the bed. Does electric shock cure bedwetting? Let's see some videos. I want to see someone getting shocked. Do you pee on your electric fence? Oh, good God. No judgment. Obviously, I'm not judging anybody here. I'm just curious on how that worked. It is hilarious. It is hilarious to shock your children into stopping peeing the stuff. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. To each their own, however they want to do it. I'm sure it wasn't anything that physically harmed them, permanently or anything. Yeah, exactly. I've heard of it. I'm sure that was just fine. No judgment. It is funny though. It is funny. Look, I peed the bed for a little bit. There was like a phase where I started peeing the bed, but I grew out of it. I want to see children being electrocuted. Hold on. Where is it? Bedwetting. Let's see. Baby gets. Oh God, I do not want to see a baby getting electrocuted. I will not watch that.
Hello, I'm Renee. I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner who's been helping families with bedwetting for more than 20 years. If your son or daughter is over 8, bedwetting alarms sound when your child starts to wet so they can wake up to use the bathroom.
That's an alarm. My parents had to come cut me off. My grandma used to give me a bottle of wine as a kid and then got shocked when I peed. I peed the bed. Here you go, kid. This is all yours. Why don't you piss the bed, you little alcoholic? You fucking lush. You pissed the bed again? Oh, shit. Oh, that's tight. I just think it's funny getting a kid wasted and then blaming them for pissing on themselves. That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. In an email to Rolling Stone, Dershowitz said that he and his wife had a single massage in the 1990s with a professional massage therapist, and that he never saw a young girl in Epstein's presence. Okay, we read that. Stolen passports and kissing games. So, who cares about that one? We're done with Rolling Stone. And we've seen this. Yes, we know that these sex rings still happen to. Old school parenting, bro. Yo, when kids used to get a shot of liquor to go to bed or put liquor on their gums or whatever it is, now red wine only has health benefits for adults. Yes. I heard that one bottle a night is really good for your heart. So where is that other one? Is this it? No, that's not it. We got this. Okay. So here we go. So we read through Prince Andrew. Okay, so let's read a little bit about what Ghislaine Maxwell, what came out. So these are from the first dump, from the first Epstein document dump from last week. One bottle will make the room. Listen, it's one bottle or bust, Robbie. One bottle or bust. Maxwell's panic at being lost in a U.S. legal nightmare is laid bare in an email to her lawyers in 2015 in which she says, "I am out of my depth to understanding defamation and other legal hazards. I have never been in a suit, criminal or civil, and I want to stay I want it to stay that way." She tells her lawyers that she is worried about more question. What is my relationship to Clinton, Andrew, and on and on. She signs off. Let's rest till Monday. I need headspace. So she's like, she felt the heat coming, and especially when the defamation suit came through. In an interview under oath in 2016, Maxwell was questioned on whether she introduced the Duke to Gouffre, which the Duke is Prince Andrew, in London, which she denied. I understood her story about London, but again, her tissue of lies is extremely hard to pick apart what is true and what isn't, she said. All right, we know what happened. Okay, Michael Jackson, music. Oh, and David Copperfield and Michael Jackson. So Schoberg said she met Jackson at Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, and Copperfield, who she said was a friend of Epstein's. Now, David Copperfield, if you guys don't know who David Copperfield is, he was or is, I don't know if he's still alive. I think he passed. David Copperfield was a magician who was very famous. And he did these ridiculous tricks, like the one where he fucking floats across. You guys want to watch David Copperfield Grand Canyon? This shit's so fucking corny. This shit is so corny. What? This shit's so stupid. A song, isn't it? Fuck, I forgot. This song is actually. This is copyright stuff. It's giving sacrifice vibes. For real though, Z. I mean, this whole thing though, right? Like this whole like Epstein ring and stuff, it all seems very there is some sort of sanctimonious ceremony, not sanctimony, some sort of ceremonious type thing. Like I wouldn't look past. I would believe if someone was like, you know, this is part of their initiation cult or some shit, you know? My sacrifice. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to mute this because I think this is actually that song I was singing. So let's just watch this fool. Watch this dude. All right, he's sitting. This is not the greatest video quality. But he's just sitting there and but wait, where's the hoop? Oh, and he moves it. How did he do that on TV? And so you got this. So he's going like this, back and forth, right? And then he goes through another one to show that he's still good. And then look at how shitty that is. Look at how shitty. Look at this. Obviously, he's swinging from a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. This is just so bad. It's like TV. It's TV. Like, I never understood, like, why people took this shit so seriously. Obviously, he's editing. It's ridiculous. Mike, I don't know if we can go off topic, but I was just wondering why our past president is not in jail. I mean, Mr. Trump, please explain this to me. Joanne, I have no idea. Honestly, nothing that they're doing is sticking to them, so I don't know what's going on. But we are going to talk about Trump here because Trump was also associated with Jeffrey Epstein. He's been photographed with Epstein. He's hung out in Mar-a-Lago with Epstein. But I really don't know. I don't know if the Teflon Don, right? Yeah, I don't know, Joanne. I mean, if there's any crimes that he committed, then he needs to be prosecuted to the fullest. The insurrection thing, that one's hard for me to get behind. Look, I'm not a fan of Trump. I don't like him at all. I think he's funny, but like, I don't care for him as a leader. I think he's a terrible leader. But I mean, I don't know if he committed a crime or not. Like, I really am just relying on the law to, you know, hopefully we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. If they, I mean, they're really trying to push this shit on him. They're trying to take him off ballots and stuff. I think it's kind of messed up that they're trying to take him off ballots before he's actually been prosecuted for things. Again, if he has committed crimes, then he should go to prison forever, whatever. But I don't know. Zippy! Good to see you, Zip. See, look at this. We're on Twitch and the whole gang's here. We've been over on Kick, Zippy, so thank you so much for coming over and saying hi. My stomach feels queasy when you say his name, like, yuck, Epstein. It's gross. I agree. I mean, again, this is not easy stuff to digest. I understand why this stuff is not easy for anyone to or want to know about. But I think it's really important to hold these politicians accountable. nobody gets held accountable. Celebrities, they just always get off, right? There's just, well, especially politicians. Like it's just, we got these motherfuckers need to be held accountable because we hire them and we pay them. So, okay, I've been wondering why y'all been up to it. Yeah, Raina and I both went over to Kick, but my Streamlabs was set up for Twitch, and actually Ty was on the show last week, so I thought it would be nice to stream on Twitch since Ty is most familiar with this platform. So, but my setup was already set up for Streamlabs today. My Streamlabs was already set up for Twitch today, so I just screw it. I'm doing Twitch because I have E. coli. Kick is great. I'm having a good time. I'm not monetized yet, but I've had no problems. It's been pretty cool. The only thing that is hard is me downloading the content and stuff. It's still like a pain in the ass, but it's okay. I'm not a streamer, but thanks for having me. Of course, Ty. You don't have to be a streamer to be on the show. It's just like an artist of some kind, mainly musicians, right? But yeah, Kick is great. I've had a great time. There's a cool community over there, and it's a little bit more, I don't know, open-minded. Because you guys know that I teeter in the middle, and not all my opinions are Twitch friendly. And, you're either the thing I don't like about Twitch that sometimes it feels like you're either on the bus or you're off the bus. You know what I mean? You're either with the narrative or you're against the narrative. No streamer, get out of here. Ooh, no streamer, get out of here. Yeah, no, we accept everybody. We never say anything controversial here. Right. And to be fair, Twitch has never ever censored me or never taken anything down from my page. But I think it's more, I love the community here at Twitch, but I feel like it's just a little bit easier to navigate the subject matter that this show covers over there. Teetering is fun though. There's no joy in being a follower. Fucking right there. David Copperfield and Michael Jackson. So Schoberg said she met Jackson at Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, and Copperfield, who she said was a friend of Epstein's. Asked whether she massaged Jackson, Schoberg said, "No, I did not." I'm sorry, quote, "I did not." Regarding Copperfield, Schoberg said he attended dinner at one of Epstein's homes and did some magic tricks. Did Copperfield ever discuss Jeffrey's involvement with young girls with you? She was asked. He questioned me if I was aware that girls were getting paid to find other girls, she said. Did he say whether they were teenagers or anything along those lines? She was asked. She replied he did not. So he questioned me. So David Copperfield questioned Schoberg if I was aware that girls were getting paid to find other girls. That's weird. That's a weird thing to ask someone. Very weird. It's just easier for me to see you're on when my mod sword pops up. Why I would love you to multi-stream. I will try that, but oh yeah, you were telling me that we can do it for free on OBS. I forgot you were telling me that, Robbie. I've been just so busy with the baby, and my mom got a new kidney, and fucking all this shit's been happening. It's been a crazy fall and winter. So I have not had a chance to do anything cool other than upload emotes to Cake. That's what I did. I made some alerts too, but they're not working right. Nothing's working right on Streamlabs right now. So David Copperfield, that seems a little sus. The thing about Jackson, well, that seems to, it's pointing that there's no evidence now that shows that Jackson had any involvement in the wrongdoings of Jeffrey Epstein. But that's just one person. And again, just because people are mentioned on these documents doesn't mean that they necessarily were doing bad things, right? Doesn't mean that they were, having relations with underage children or children. It just means that maybe one of the pilots, right? Like maybe one of the pilots was just there doing his job, or the housekeepers. Now, it is weird though. Like, I do think that these like landscapers and housekeepers that worked the island and Jeffrey Epstein's home, they knew what was going on, and they are testifying against him, and therefore they should be held accountable too. But like, if Jeffrey Epstein's just talking to Brett Weinstein, right? That's one person that was named, not in the documents, but has been at least photographed with Jeffrey Epstein. He's a scientist, and Jeffrey Epstein ran in circles for scientists, ran in circles with, Bill Gates and Stephen Hawking. So Steven Pinker, there is reasons why they would be talking, because he was somebody who was like, I would be able to get money or funding for your project or your experiments that you're working on. So because that's what he also did. That was part of his philanthropy or whatever. Let me see. That must be fun. I wonder how long you will go from being in wonder about Zip Zipper to find it annoying. Oh, showing up here today and I'm loving it. Zippy, thank you. Been so long since I saw folks from our circle. So much has happened to me since, like moving to NA. What's NA? North America? Are you here now? Are you in North America, Zippy? You got out of there? I'll definitely be mad about the snow that, oh God. Don't worry. Yeah, bro, I moved to Canada. Let's go. Fuck yeah, Zippy. Yeah, you're fucked. Snow is coming. Do you mind telling us about where you're at? That's okay, Zippy. That's really awesome. Welcome to North America. Definitely come to America. I definitely try to get out of Canada as soon as I could. I'm just saying. That prime minister is a fucktard. But I would definitely say, come to America. You might get shot. Come to America. I'm sorry, Z. I'm sorry, Z. Listen, the people of Canada are beautiful, wonderful people. Your government, like my government, is a corrupt, fucked up institution. How about that? The people are beautiful. I love Canadians. I have Canadian friends. I grew up close to the border. Nothing against Canadians. They're beautiful, beautiful people. Government-wise, Canada can eat a dick. Government-wise, here in the United States, government can eat a dick. I don't trust any of them. See, they're in a relationship with someone in Canada, so good luck convincing. Oh, I see. I can't move to the U.S. right now. I have to wait 3 years until I get citizenship first. I got you. Cool. No worries. Look, Zippy, I'm just fucking around. It's great that you came over here. I hope that you find, prosperity and all that good shit here. I've never been to the PI, so I don't know how that shit is, but, I've seen some beautiful pictures. I know the government there is fucked up too, but, I hope you find what you're looking for over here. Yeah, snow, fuck snow. He said, eat the pickle. Okay. This is the electric shock cure bedwetting. That's funny. It probably does cure bedwetting though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Donald Trump. Here we go, folks. Here's what everybody's been waiting. There's so many people. I just saw an MSNBC report where the dude, the guy Rachel Maddow. Who's the guy Rachel Maddow? There's like a dude Rachel Maddow. He was spouting it off, saying it's like, why aren't we paying attention to Trump and how he was with Jeffrey Epstein? He's totally playing. He was totally playing backup for the Clintons. Obviously, MSNBC is a very left-leaning organization. Whatever, it's fine. Both sides just spout lies for the government. It's okay. let's read this. In Schoberg's deposition, so Donald Trump is on the line, and people are saying, what about Trump with Epstein? In Schoberg's deposition, she said she was flying with Epstein and Gouffre when they went to one of Trump's casinos in Atlantic City because a storm meant their plane had been diverted from New York City to Teterboro Airport. Jeffrey said, great, we'll call up Trump and we'll go to the casino, she said. Schoberg said she never gave Trump a massage. And so and they left out a good amount of stuff because it kind of, the stuff in the, hey, Mighty, looking for you on oh, sorry, Mighty. I'm sorry. If you're in the Discord, I said that we'd be on Twitch, so I'm sorry you missed out. But you're here now. We're over here today. So Donald Trump, according to one person, sort of exonerates him. But this is just one person's deposition. So it is possible that Donald Trump was doing dirt, but it doesn't seem, yeah, the Cat Williams part is coming up. It's, but this is just one person's deposition. And so that doesn't mean that Trump is completely cleared out of the fray. Again, if Trump has done anything wrong, which, you know, he's done a lot wrong. Let's just be honest here. But if he's done anything wrong or illegal, he definitely needs to be prosecuted like anybody else. I am not out here fucking I'm not going to back for Trump. Trump can eat a dick. It's just like fucking Joe Byron can eat a dick. If he's even capable. I don't know if he can fit one in his old man mouth. The name, okay, this is the best one, which is the worst one, but the best one, Stephen Hawking. The name of the Lake Cambridge physicist was included in a 2015 email in which Epstein told Maxwell to offer a reward to any of Gouffre's friends or acquaintances, family, who could prove false an allegation that Hawking had participated in an underage orgy. Stephen Hawking. Come and sit on my lap. Come and sit on my lap, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boom. Boom. There goes the dynamite. Gross. Fucking gross. I'm sorry. Stephen Hawking is gross, or was gross. He is a very gross person. But wait a second. Oh, here it is. So, here, these, let me see. Wait, isn't that really the guy on the wheel? Yes, it is. It is really the guy on the wheelchair. So, where is the pictures? So these are a bunch of pictures from the island and from his home. I don't know if the girls in here are underage, but they're not naked or anything. If you're listening, I'm not showing any inappropriate material here. But you know, there's a bunch of pictures that came out today. So there was a big dump that came out today, but I'm trying to find, where did my my Stephen Hawking article go? Stephen Hawking. Now there was some false news that he was which was really funny. You know, we got to read it because I want to make sure I get that right. So Jeffrey Epstein name dropped Stephen Hawking. So here's some pictures in this one. Look at this guy, right? Oh my God, I hate you, Fox News, sometimes. So Stephen Hawking's, hey baby, come sit on my dick. Sorry, that was gross. So this fucking guy, right? He was holding a position at Cambridge. He held a position at Cambridge that was that has a lineage starting at Isaac Newton. Okay, this was a very respected astrophysicist. Is that what he was? But we find out that this motherfucker's out here doing this. Gross. Okay, Fox News wants to be stupid, so we'll go ahead and move on from Fox News. This is New Delhi. This is New Delhi news. I'm not sure the credibility of this, but it's New Delhi. Let's go. Jeffrey Epstein's once purported a reward to disprove an alleged accusation involving renowned physicist. Oh, he's a physicist. Stephen Hawking, a report said, the latest finding comes as part of a large trove of documents released due to a lawsuit filed by Virginia Dufresne. Hawking did visit Epstein's private Caribbean island as part of a science conference, quote, I'm doing air quotes, trip to St. Thomas in March 2006, shortly before Epstein faced his first charges of sex trafficking. Photos from the event show Hawking participating in activities on Epstein's island. However, newly revealed email did not contain any evidence to substantiate the claim against Hawking. Only that Hawking participated. It was just someone's deposition saying that Hawking participated in underage orgies. So it was just somebody saying this in court. Physicist, and because he was there, doesn't mean he got his dick. Oh my God! Here's Moving Dutchman. Here's the hill Moving Dutchman's gonna die. I love Stephen Hawking. Don't you talk about Stephen Hawking? Oh, look, I agree. You're right. And that goes, this is just he said, but this is what came out in these documents. And I'm not saying that Stephen Hawking was, is a pedophile or anything like that. This is just what's coming out. Okay. So I like Stephen Hawking. I like the book, what is it? The Time and Universe. What the fuck is his famous book? I've read it. I read it when I was young, but God damn it. Across the Universe. What is it called? Famous book. Theory of Everything. Or no, Brief History of Time. Thank you. Not that. Not my Kanye. Theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author who director of research of Center of Theoretical Cosmology at University of Cambridge. Thank you very much, Robbie. I appreciate that. But yes, Moving Dutchman is absolutely right that just because someone said he was participating in underage orgies does not mean that that's what happened. So, and it even says in the article that there's no substantiative, is that the word? There's no real evidence that proves that that actually happened. It's just hearsay, but under oath, which I don't know if that means a goddamn thing anymore. Schoberg and an Epstein accuser testified in the documents that Clinton likes them young. Yes, we know that. However, now they're talking about Clinton. So that's really the only thing. Now, there was something that came out about Epstein, which was hilarious and had the fucking, the internet blowing up. And I don't know if you've seen those memes yet. We're going to show one. Fake Epstein docs claim Stephen Hawking liked watching undressed midgets solve complex equations, but also on chalkboards that were too high for them. So the man can only move his eyebrow. But that didn't, listen, Moving Dutchman, I know you saying that, but he also cheated on his wives twice. Okay? Like, he's had 2 wives and that he's cheated on both of them. All right? So he's able to get his dick up. At least we know that. This is what the document said. And of course, again, this is fake. And this is all for educational purposes only. YouTube. This is educational purposes only. So this is what it says. Hold on a second. Wait, you were telling me that Stephen Hawking frequented the island for pleasure? Yes, Jeffrey loved to have intellectuals visit the island so he could reward their hard work for humanity and for other darker reasons. Did Jeffrey Epstein ever talk to you about Stephen Hawking's proclivities? Yes, he liked watching undressed midgets solve complex equations on a too high up chalkboard. Oh my god! I just want somebody to do generate an AI image of that, if it is possible. It is fake. It's very fake. This did not happen, friends. I'm just pointing it out because it's very funny. Okay, it's hilarious. It's funny, but fake. Very, very fake, everyone. So fake news right here. YouTube, this is fake news. All right, fake news. Misinformation. I'm not presenting it. I'm presenting it as for educational purposes only. Thank you. Okay, so moving on from there. Oh, okay. So we got that. So today, a new trove of documents were dropped, and it has some pretty salacious details in it. Now we're bringing Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin. He's doing this. I think he's a billionaire. Epstein documents allege sex tapes of Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson. So this is today. This was found. Epstein victim Sarah Ransom claimed that her friend was allegedly approached by special agents sent directly by Hillary Clinton, who ruffled her up after she went to the police with her accusations. Miss Ransom later said she made up the tape's existence. Now, it's important to bring up that there are tapes, but they could not confiscate them because they did not have the proper warrant to take tapes and hard drives from, I believe it was his New Mexico property. And so there are tapes, but when they went back to retrieve the evidence, it had disappeared. So something weird happening, right? Where did they go? Who knows? So keep that in mind, that there are tapes, but then she was pressured into saying that the tapes didn't exist. But there are tapes. We know that there are tapes. Are there tapes of Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew getting it on with underage prostitutes? I don't know. But it does exist. Newly unsealed Jeffrey Epstein documents have revealed bombshell allegations about sex tapes involving Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson. A new name that's come out with the advent of this of these documents. Newly unsealed, I just said it, in a trove of 2016 emails sent by Epstein victim Sarah Ransom, sections of which were included as exhibits in one of the filings unsealed on Monday. She claimed that an unnamed friend had sexual intercourse with Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson on separate occasions. She claimed that these encounters had been filmed by Epstein and that she herself later seen the sex tapes. Again, this is he said, she said stuff. It's under oath, but it is people lie all the time. So she could be making this up, but there is documented evidence that there were videotapes and hard drives that came up missing, and they don't know where they're at. They're gone. The unsealed extracts were included along with a letter sent by attorneys representing Alan Dershowitz in 2017, seeking to undermine Miss Ransom's credibility. In a New Yorker article released 2 years later in 2019, Miss Ransom admitted that she had invented the tapes to draw attention to Epstein's behavior and to make him believe that she had evidence that would come out if he harmed me. And that's a quote from her. And this is Alan Dershowitz, who is again just spouting nonsense. Let's just watch a little bit of this.
How much are we to believe is guilt by association versus judging people by the company they kept, and that being someone after the late 2000s?
Again, Alan Dershowitz, former attorney for Jeffrey Epstein. He's also been Alan Dershowitz has also been associated with Israel and intelligence agencies as well. So,
who had pleaded guilty to child prostitution.
Well, you can judge them for having shown bad judgment, but you can't conclude that any accusations against them are true without hearing the evidence. The reason I wanted everything put out, and I don't think the judge put everything out, I think she was selective.
so on the side of the screen it says Alan Dershowitz, civil liberties lawyer, law professor at Harvard Law School, former clerk for Judge David Bazelon, and Justice Arthur Goldberg, and 7 times best-selling author, and has published 40 works of fiction and nonfiction. Oh, he's a fiction writer. Interesting.
And what?
Wait, hold on. I have some sex tapes of We Speak English Good in suspicious positions with a melodica. Well, let me just tell you, there is a blowhole on that thing for a reason. Ayo!
What she put out, and that's unfair. I want everything out, every document, every piece of paper, half-truths or lies. And I wanted them out for personal reasons because I know that they would do what I've said from day one, that I did nothing wrong. The woman who accused me later admitted that she may have misidentified me, confused me with someone else. So I wanted everything out right from the beginning because I have nothing to hide. There are some people who may be ashamed of the fact that they hung out with Epstein, but remember, a lot of people hung out with Epstein before he was convicted. Presidents of Harvard, deans, Nobel quality scientists. He was very well thought of in the beginning. None of us knew about his private life that he kept so secret. There's a difference between what happened after he was convicted and the nature of the relationship after he was convicted, and everybody should judge for themselves. But I think
It's funny that he was convicted in 2008, but in 2011 is when Bill Gates decided to start running around with Epstein. And it's funny that Bill Gates' name is nowhere to be found in any of the documents, any of them. There's that video of Bill Gates where he's smirking and he's talking about, well, let's find that actually. Let's watch that. That's interesting to me. Bill Gates smirking at Epstein's death. Here you go. Watch this shit. This shit's creepy.
Meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who was reported at that time that you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
You know, I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, you know, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. You know, not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. You know, those meetings were a mistake. They didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. You know, that goes back a long time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continued to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, you know, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for
Watch this.
anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so you know, in general, you always have to be careful. And you know, I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy. Very.
He's like, switch. He's like, shit. I let the mask down for a second. He said, well, he's dead, so you got to be careful with this shit. The lesson that he learned, she asked him, what was the lessons you learned? And the lesson was, I will murder people before I let them ruin me for the horror that I bestowed upon children. Yeah, that is something. Also, Melinda Gates. Yep, right here.
It's not one thing, it was many things. But I
This is Melinda Gates having an interview on CBS.
did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards.
Melinda French Gates opens up following her and Bill's divorce and the role Jeffrey Epstein played in their split. The power couple revealed last year that they ended their 27-year marriage.
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
That's Melinda.
That is for Bill to answer. What the fuck? He's evil incarnate. She had nightmares about Epstein. And she's like, why are you hanging out with this dude? And that was one of the reasons she divorced Bill Gates. Bill Gates is not mentioned once. Yeah. 24 years. Yeah. Why? Why would you divorce somebody after 24-7 years? One of the richest men in the world, one of the most powerful men in the world, somebody who's able to to force the world to be in part force the world to be mandated to have to take a fucking garbage vaccine, a vaccine that is possibly killing people. This is for educational purposes. If you do want the vaccine, go get the vaccine. Check with your doctor if it's safe for you. Yeah. Anyways, educational purposes only. But this is a man who is buying up more farmland than he has anything to do. Like, what does he need that for? Why is he pushing this idea that we don't need that meat is killing our environment, and that if we eat meat, it's bad for us, and we should switch over to protein that's been processed in some lab somewhere that is terrible for you and is fucking poisoning you? Why is he pushing that so hard? Why? Fuck Bill Gates. Anyways, Bill Gates has nothing to do with these document dumps, but I just wanted to put that in there because why isn't Bill Gates in there? Ty, let me get you the kick. Here we go. I didn't know there was 2 accounts on there, but this is the right one. So this is soon. Get used to it. Oh, I'm not going to get used to it. This is America, damn it. Well, what is going on in... Wait a second. Is it... No, it's in France. The farmers are revolting in France. I thought it was Germany. All right. Let's see. Thank you for following me, though. Did she also celebrate murder? I don't think she did. Well, something really bad did happen. Sheesh. Watching English backtrack for YouTube censors this something. Yeah, well, you know, I just got another warning. If I get another warning, it's a fucking strike against my account. And I already got a fucking strike against my account. So I don't know if this will go up on YouTube, honestly. No, I have 2 different. Oh, I have 2 different. Oh, I just signed up twice. Oh, sick. Okay. Thank you so much, Ty. That's awesome. Yes. 45. I only need 30 more followers. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Thank you so much, Ty. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so coming back to... Okay, so we just watched the video with Alan Dershowitz talking his shit. So she claimed that these encounters have been... and that she herself has seen the sex tapes. The unsealed extracts were included. Okay, here we go. She did I go too far? The trial of Prince Andrew, Richard Branson. She claimed that these encounters had been filmed by Epstein and that she herself had later seen the sex tapes. The unsealed extracts were included along with a letter sent by attorneys representing Alan Dershowitz in 2017, seeking to undermine Miss Ransom's credibility. In a New Yorker article released 2 years later in 2019, Miss Ransom admitted she had invented the tapes to draw attention to Epstein's behavior and to make him believe that she had evidence that would come out to harm If he harmed me. Okay, we did read all that. Sorry, guys. Maybe in your Twitch description, put your kick link info in there so people know that they can follow you there too. Good idea, Robbie. Thank you very much. I will do that. Miss Ransom, who delivered a victim impact statement at Ghislaine Maxwell's sentencing for sex trafficking charges, said in one of the newly released emails that the friend had managed to get a hold of some of the explicit footage and had sent it to her. So she's going back and forth. Is it real? Is she lying? Is it real? You know, like, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, high five, Ty. Frustratingly, thank God, quote, thank God she managed to get a hold of some footage of the film sex tapes, which clearly identified the faces of Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Branson having sexual intercourse with her. Frustratingly enough, Epstein was not seen in any of the footage, but he was clever like that. Yes, he wouldn't film himself doing it. He's only filming these politicians and actors and Stephen Hawking, only filming them to hold it over them for blackmail purposes, of course. Ms. Ransom also detailed an alleged sexual relationship between unnamed friend and former President Mr. Clinton. She alleged that her friend had to have sexual intercourse with Clinton in Epstein's New York mansion just off Fifth Avenue on numerous occasions. In the messages, Miss Ransom, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, by the way, said that her friend later came forward to report what happened with Epstein, Clinton, Branson, and Prince Andrew to the police in 2008, but said that nothing was done and she was made to feel like a dirty whore and a liar, which happens to women sometimes when they're trying to why get the fuck out of your video, we don't care about you anymore. This happens a lot to women. I hopefully it's changing, you know, more people are being believed now. We should be believing women, but there has to be evidence, right? We can't just I just saw a video of a girl who actively goes after football players. And there was a whole bunch of text messages telling her friends that she's about to secure the bag and she's going to do whatever it takes to get that $50 million. And, you know, there are some trifling ass people. There are trifling men, trifling women, trifling LGBTQIA2S, you know, like trifling ass motherfuckers. A couple of months later, her friend was allegedly approached by special agents forces, men sent directly by Hillary Clinton herself, in order to protect her presidential campaign in 2008, which she lost, Miss Ransom said. So that's fucked up. And we know that Hillary Clinton has henchmen. And we know that there's a lot of people who were friends with the Clintons who ended up dead. One ended up hanging themselves, then shooting themselves. No, they shot themselves with a shotgun and then strung themselves up on a tree. I mean, that's amazing. How do you do that? You shoot yourself in the chest with a shotty and then hang yourself over a tree? I mean, that's talent. How did that happen? I don't know. Okay. They heavily intimidated her, ruffled her up. Luckily, she took photos as evidence and was then forced to sign a confidentiality agreement, which ensures that she can never come forward publicly implicating her husband, she claimed. Yo, I gotta go. It was fun shooting this shit. Hey, Ty, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping through. You have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with us and having some laughs and some chuckles. Miss Ransom went on to allege that her friend, Miss Ransom went on to allege that the friend was given a substantial payout directly from the Clinton Foundation to keep her quiet. Clinton Foundation, baby. Another fucking money laundering scheme. She alleged that her friend was to break the agreement to stay quiet. She alleged that if her friend was to break the agreement to stay quiet, she is dead. Quote. I will tell you why I like watching you. It's because you are honest about what you think and you are also informed. You don't have an agenda. Thank you, just Joanna. That is a wonderful compliment. Thank you so much. My agenda is that I don't like nasty people, and I have my own personal issues with sexual abuse, and I do not like motherfuckers who do that to other people. It's disgusting. So I have noticed that I focus a lot on sexual activity or sexual crimes on this channel. And it occurred to me that it's probably because of my own abuse in the past. So makes sense, right? I'm very against it, which everybody should be, right? Anyway, let's move on. But thank you very, very much. Unfiltered comes to mind. Thank you, Robbie. Miss Ransom went on to allege that, she was paid out by the Clinton Foundation. They threatened her with death. The woman who allegedly tried to sue Epstein for damages but was severely bullied and threatened by his attorney, Alan Dershowitz, a man who she claimed she also had sexual relations with and who was also heavily involved in Epstein's pedophile ring. Dershowitz, let me make sure I have that right, because I'm not sure if I do. Damn it, where did... Oh, it's that one. Okay. Alan Dershowitz. Dershowitz and intelligence. Let me see if anything comes up. Alan Dershowitz, Israeli intelligence. I'm pretty sure Israeli intelligence. Alan Dershowitz, Israeli war crime denials are ridiculous. Alan Dershowitz, Israel's policy is perfectly proportionate. Israel's good choice for genocide defense. Oh, Epstein case sheds light on dark secrets. Alan Dershowitz. Okay, maybe I have that wrong. I was just looking for something that connected him, Dershowitz, to it. I swear I thought I saw a report on it, but I'm wrong. So I can't find it right now, so let's just scrap that idea. But let's get back to our article here. I don't want to watch the news or read it most of the time. I think part of it is because people are so biased. And, well, you would be biased, but you will be honest about it. Because, let's be real, we're all biased. Absolutely. I only watch the news from here and Philip DeFranco. DeFranco's the shit. I love DeFranco. And I love News Daddy. What's his name? Dylan. What the fuck is his name? Whatever. He's awesome. I sometimes listen to Up First podcast and NPR. Yeah, I like NPR too. Up First is good. And I like their... they also have... Up First is their morning show. And then they also, oh no, that's the New York Times. The New York Times has a podcast too that I like to listen to. I listen to Morning Wire too, the Daily Wire, which is very right leaning. But I also I want to hear from both sides because somebody's lying. Somebody's lying because they're both saying the opposite shit. Who's lying? We got to find out. She alleged it was a complete conspiracy as Mr. Wait, hold on. The woman also allegedly tried to sue Epstein for damages, but was severely... Okay, we got that. She alleged it was a complete conspiracy as Mr. Dershowitz had also helped fund Miss Clinton's 2008 presidential campaign. So all these people were very close-knit, right? They were all very close-knit, all working together, funding, putting money into the campaign. It's very evident that they were closely tied together. Is that proof that Bill Clinton was doing what they say he was doing? It is not. But it is evidence. Also, I get upset about things in the news and feel like I should do something to help. Well, there is mostly very little I could do to help except to be a decent person. Man, Joanne, that is the best. One of the best things you could do is just be a decent person. There's so many assholes out there that just... A good person is hard to find sometimes. So that's a lot. It's a lot. Most people are very selfish, you know. Most people, and who isn't selfish, right? But most people are very selfish and just don't care. And it's like some people who are like these social media activists who do nothing but complain on the internet, but don't do anything to help. Like, I got accused of being racist for something I posted, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what have you ever done for fill in the blank race, right? What have you ever done for them? What do you do for them? Because I could tell you what I do. I could tell you that I serve my community in the homeless shelter, which I don't bring up very often because I think it's petty. But if you want to go help black and brown people, you fucking go to the homeless shelter, because there's a lot of black and brown people there. And I'm not trying to shit on black and brown people, but that's just a fact, man. And I've worked directly with homeless people. What have you done for your fucking community? What the fuck do you do? There's a ton of other things that I'm not even going to mention that I do for my community, because I'm not a fucking twat. I'm not somebody who wants the, likes and stuff just for clout because I went to the homeless shelter. No, I don't care about that. My concern is I put up or shut up, So that's all. Enough. You see, my uncle works for NPR. Hey, if more people were decent people, that would be a big step up. He's one. My uncle works for NPR. Of course he does, Robbie. Look at this guy. Hey, Berliner, senior business editor. As senior business editor at NPR, Yuri edits and reports on economics, technology, and finance. He provides analysis, context, and clarity to breaking news. Yeah, man, NPR is awesome. I've always loved NPR. Even if NPR does take a very slanted, biased look, the NPR has done amazing, beautiful things over the time. It's just in these last 10 years where these news agencies have it's just become all pure propaganda. Not to say that it wasn't propaganda prior to 10 years ago, but it's just so in your face now. It's just so it's sickening. And most people do not like getting their news from these places that are supposed to be trusted news organizations. It's why people like Joe Rogan have a huge following, or even Ben Shapiro, who's not this mainstream media guy. And I don't agree with Ben Shapiro on a lot of the things he believes in. He's a very conservative human being. But I mean, it's just like, he's also spouting bullshit too. Never mind. I'm not going to go into it right now. The other thing is about the news, to me, is that most of the stories involve quite a lot of background knowledge in history and social science that I feel I don't have. So if I hear a story about a country or about politics, I feel that I should read 10 books in order to really understand what's going on. Dang, Joanne. I just read like a paragraph and I'm like, I'm an expert. The Israel-Palestine conflict, expert. I read an article, expert. COVID hits, I'm an expert on vaccines. I did my own research. Expert. Okay, I'll stop screaming at you guys. So that's cool. We're finding so much about Robbie. Like his deep state dad, who's a part of the deep state, and now his propagandist uncle. I'm sorry, Robbie. Oh my God. Yeah. So, thank you for sharing that, Robbie. Expert. I'm an expert on Middle Eastern history and politics. Hey, watch out. There you go. There you go. He admits it, folks. Robbie admits it. Okay. She alleged that it was a complete conspiracy, as Mr. Dershowitz, Mr. Ransom went on to claim that Miss Ransom? Mr. Ransom went on to claim that she had backed up the footage and had sent it to various different locations throughout Europe, with only one other person close to me knowing where their locations are, just in case anything happens to me before the footage is released. And why would she say such a thing? Why would she say such a thing when she's dealing with the Clintons and the Epstein and the Dershowitzes? Happy you let me brainwash your I know. We all know about your Newt Gingrich background. We know you're down with Newt. The Independent. Okay, who cares what the Independent? On behalf of Mr. Branson. Okay, Ransom and Branson. Okay, on behalf of Mr. Branson, a Virgin Group spokeswoman pointed to the New Yorker report saying, in a New Yorker report published in 2019, Ransom admitted that she had invented the tapes. We can confirm that Sarah Ransom's claims are baseless and unfounded. So, I mean, that's the thing. If you're bullied into doing something by people who are as powerful as as an ex-president and a presidential candidate who has a history of having friends who just happen to just unalive themselves somehow, well, I can understand why you would feel pressure to say that I just made this shit up because and of course they're throwing money at her. So, I mean, I get it. But what that does is give everybody plausible deniability and be able to discredit this woman for future reference, as Alan Dershowitz just did in that quick interview that was on this article. Which this is what happens all the time, right? This is, you have information on me. Well, guess what? You will die if you say anything. So you take this, $50,000 and go fuck yourself. Prince Andrew has previously denied all wrongdoing related to Epstein. He stepped down from, yeah, we know that. Mr. Clinton's spokesperson told CNN on Wednesday after his name surfaced in the earlier batches of documents that it has now been nearly 20 years since President Clinton last had contact with Epstein, and denied that the former president ever had any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. Of course he didn't have any knowledge. Elsewhere in the documents, Ms. Ransom also made accusations against former president and GOP 2024 candidate Donald Trump. Oh shit, here we go. Joanne, here we go. This is all new to me, guys. So this is all shit that just came out today. So this is all new to me. We're finding out together. She confided in me about her casual friendship with Donald Trump. Definitely seemed to have a thing for her. And she told me how he kept going on about how he had liked her pert nipples. Oh, God. There it is. So here we go. Now we have some real evidence that he's being pervert. Now, is this evidence that he was having sex with an underage prostitute? No. But it does suggest that, which we already know, that Donald Trump is fucking a pervert, which, let's admit, most men are gross. But he's talking to some underage girl. Wait, no. Confided in me about her casual friendship. Hold on. She was one of, hold on. She alleged that another, I think I missed something. Sorry, I missed this paragraph before. Sorry, guys. She alleged that another friend was one of the many girls that had sexual relations with Donald Trump. Here it is. She alleged that another friend was one of the many girls that had sexual relationships with Donald Trump, including alleged encounters that took place at Epstein's notorious New York townhouse. Woo, folks. Here we go. Donald Trump. She confided in me about her casual friendship with Donald Trump. Definitely seemed to have a thing for her, and she told me how he kept going on about how he liked her pert nipples. So there you go. I was truthfully surprised he could be elected with all the stuff that was on the news about him right before he was actually elected. I thought the whole grab him by the vagina thing was gonna sink him back in that, because I had the podcast back then, and I was doubled down against Donald Trump. Now I'm more on the not that I want to vote for Donald Trump or that I even like the guy, but I do recognize that the media made up a lot of lies about Donald Trump, and that isn't cool. We should at least have some sort of truth. there was obviously a concerted effort against Donald Trump, which only made him more popular. And only, like, here's the thing. We keep talking about Donald Trump. If we stop talking about the son of a bitch, he'll just go away. Like, we just got to stop talking. Like, if they would stop giving him news coverage like they do constantly, like, because CNN and MSNBC and Fox, they're all getting shit ratings right now, right? Like Joe Rogan, a podcaster that is a two-man operation, has like 4 times the audience, 5 times. It's like a ridiculous times more of an audience than CNN on their primetime shows. They're getting like 40,000 views, right? 40,000 views. Joe Rogan even said, he was like, I get 40,000 views in the first 15 minutes I post a video. These people have lost trust in the news, and that's what this whole Donald Trump thing was, right? Donald Trump was someone who was different and came and people didn't like him, and he talked brash and he said some like semi-racist shit, and like, you know, like they ran with it. They ran with it so hard. And at the end of it, we realized, especially through COVID, we realized how many lies that we were being told by the news, and they've totally discredited themselves. So no longer do we can't trust any of them. Any of them. Yes, I agree. Let's stop talking about Trump. Talk about unicorns or something. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not here to talk about Trump or even give him the airtime that he doesn't deserve. But if we would stop talking about him in general, then he wouldn't have nothing. He would have nothing. But we have greedy. They get clicks, right? Donald Trump gets clicks. It gets views. It gets, so of course they're going to go where the money's at. So it's this sick circle, right? This like sickening circle that feeds itself. It's gross. Anyways, she then described in graphic detail how Mr. Trump allegedly caused pain to the victim's nipples and claimed she saw the resulting injury firsthand. Ugh, so now he's abusing people's nipples? Oh, come on now. I also know she had sexual relationships with Trump at Jeffrey's New York mansion on regular occasion, as I once met Jen for coffee just before she was going to meet Trump and Epstein together at his mansion. Damn. Damn. Oh, my God. Mr. Trump is yet to respond. Okay. In another email submitted by Mr. Dershowitz in the court filing, Miss Ransom wrote that she, quote, will make sure that she said, quote, we'll make sure that neither that evil blank Hillary or that pedophile Trump gets elected. Okay, so Ransom was saying that she has evidence, basically saying that she wants to make sure that Hillary or Trump doesn't get elected. Where's this source, please? This is The Independent. It's a UK. It's pretty reputable. And this is out of the documents that were just released today. I'm hoping we find a link to the documents so I can put them in the chat. Bitch Hillary's. Yes, I will. We'll make sure that neither that bitch Hillary or that pedophile Trump gets elected. So this is the Independent UK. They're pretty reputable. Here's this. And if we can find the actual document dump, that would be cool too. Let's see. Latest doc dump Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein files young girls, thousands of Jeffrey court record. Let's see if any of these. Let's check. Is the Independent a reputable news source? Ad Fontes Media rates The Independent in skews left category of bias and as reliable analysis, fact reporting in terms of reliability. The Independent is a British online newspaper. So there is a left-leaning bias, it seems like, but they do take it seriously. So, I mean, obviously, like MSNBC is obviously there's a left-leaning bias. Yeah, of course. I mean, even if you're trying to write in the most plain Jane way of reporting, there's always going to be some sort of bias that comes out. Even my cat, bias toward cats, really. Well. Yes, indeed. In any case, I mean, this is great. If they're a left-leaning publication, then they love the fact that this whole Trump thing came out. And me too, because like for a long time it was like, is he, isn't he? And then the dump that happened last week, everyone was saying he's exonerated, and now we have this. So we'll see where this goes. I'm sure that we're gonna see this about Donald Trump in headlines in the next couple of days. We're gonna be seeing Trump, you know, the whole thing is about to come out. So I'm sure they're gonna attack this. Which rightfully so. This should be addressed, and he should be taken to task. Anybody who's named in this should be taken to task. I mean, I know that it's this isn't evidence of a crime happening, but it is enough for people to be like, hey, what's going on here, bitch? Why are you doing that? Why were you on Epstein's plane? Why were you on the freaking island? I will also make sure that everyone on the goddamn planet sees that footage and photos and will realize, let's try that again, friends. I will also make sure that everyone on the goddamn planet sees that footage and photos and will release them on WikiLeaks by Sunday. I will take down Epstein and his bunch of fuckwit cronies myself. I have also gone to a Russian newspaper she allegedly wrote. Dang, she's mad right there. That's some vitriol right there, baby. In another, she wrote, my emails have been hacked. I have reached out to the Russians for help, and they are coming to my aid. Thank goodness for Anonymous. I will make sure that they will go behind bars. I have already sent everything I need to, so the CIA hacking my emails, etc. were too late. I also have numerous devices with systems that are unhackable, and I have film footage all over Europe itching to be released. And man, release this stuff. Let's send these sickos to prison. These people need to go. So, ransom. Jeffrey Epstein, a male friend, 2016 on island. So they're on the island there. She wrote another that Clinton and Trump must pay for what they did to us as must the rest of men that were involved. I can tell my reading's starting to fumble here. So she wrote another that Clinton and Trump must pay for what they did to us, as must the rest of the men that were involved in their seedy inner circle. In another email, Miss Ransom appears to speak of her fears about coming forward with her allegations about Epstein for fear of bad things will happen if she does. It's not worth coming forward, and I will never be heard anyhow, and only bad things will happen as a consequence of me going public, and I know this to be true, she writes. This will just create pain for my family, and I and they have already helped me pick up the pieces once before, and I can't ask them to do it again. I guess one person can't make a difference. Oh God, that's horrible. She just feels all alone and isolated. She just, I can't imagine what that feeling is to like be assaulted in such ways and then have no one, to believe you, or have everyone working against you, or having death threats. Like, what a vulnerable place to be in, man. That's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Mr. Dershowitz and Miss Ransom have also been reached out for comment. Mr. Dershowitz's names have cropped up in other court documents unsealed last week. Ms. Gouffre previously claimed that she was trafficked by Epstein to Mr. Dershowitz for sex. 3 years later, in November 2022, Ms. Gouffre admitted that she may have made a mistake in identifying Mr. Dershowitz, which he was talking about. So I thought he was talking about Ransom, but he was talking about Gouffre. So I had that wrong. My bad, guys. None of the individuals Ms. Ransom made the allegations against have been charged with any crime connection to Epstein. Ms. Ransom has spoken out publicly on many occasions about the abuse she suffered at the hands of Epstein and Maxwell. She claimed that she once tried to flee Epstein's Caribbean island of Little St. James, known as Pedophile Island, by swimming off into shark-infested waters after she was raped 3 times in a single day. Holy shit. That's so awful. She would choose death. Just recently, I was learning about Maya Angelou and how she overcame a lot of abuse as a child. Maya Angelou, yeah, she did a lot. I'm sure she suffered a lot. Oh man, it's so sad, man. Sad thing. In a deposition, an extract of which was released on Monday, Miss Ransom described Epstein's sex trafficking ring with a constant influx of girls. While Maxwell was his main right-hand woman, there was a constant influx of girls. There were so many girls. There were girls in Miami, she claimed. Oof. There were guests coming. It's like, I'm sure if you go into a hooker's brothel and see they run their business, I mean, it's just general conversation about who's going to have sex with who, you know? What do you talk about when all you do is have sex every day on rotation? I mean, what is there to talk about? But again, like you said a while back, who are these people? How can they actually do these things? They're still doing it. This stuff is still happening. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, whatever. You know, there's a lot of people who are saying like they're just the tip of the iceberg. It goes way deeper. I can only imagine. The latest dramatic allegations have come to light as documents from 2017 lawsuit brought by Gouffre against Maxwell continue to be unsealed. Ms. Gouffre filed a defamation lawsuit in 2015 against Maxwell after she accused her of lying about the years-long abuse she had suffered at the hands of Epstein and some of his inner circle. The suit was settled in 2017, but was placed under a protective seal with the identities of those names in the filings kept under lock and key. The Miami Herald sued for the release of the sealed documents while Maxwell's legal team sought to block it. Around 2,000 pages of documents were first unsealed in 2019, with further documents released over the following years. So yeah, this is all stuff that we know. So yeah, this is today. This is today. And then of course these pictures, which I don't want to look. Let's not look at these pictures. But new pictures got released today as well, showing scantily clad young women posing in different places associated with Epstein. So that's where we're at right now, y'all. That's where we're at right now. Lots are coming out, and of course we're going to be following this story because this is just too good. I mean, it's horrible what happened to these young women, and it disgusts me. And I feel like it is important to follow this story because, again, it's important to hold these animals fucking accountable for the horror that they bestowed upon these young women. So, all right, we're going to move on to a friendlier topic. But let me go to the bathroom and I'll BRB. I'll watch this video while I go.